Yeah, I think it's understandable that exchanges are really focused on their bottom line. We have the tool, which is the fees, to say that even if you don't care, you still have to do it. And I think that's so powerful.
Yeah.
And if you're a smart business, I think you're thinking ahead. You're thinking, what's going to happen in a year? What's going to happen in 2 years? And I do think exchanges are looking at Lightning in that light, that they are saying, well, we're going to need more ways to safeguard against a future where fees are very high. And we're also going to need to make our product better because other people are going to have like these instant trades, and we're going to have slow trades that have to confirm on the blockchain. Other people are going to have more private trades, and we're going to have very public trades that have to, be advertised to everybody on the blockchain. I think it's just like, it's a matter of time.
So if you're pro privacy, you want to use Lightning. I guess like you're saying, if you're looking at this from like a capitalist perspective or a free market perspective, it's better for you to use Lightning because you'll be more competitive with your exchange competitors. You'll be able to say, we offer Lightning, it's instant, it's more private. So that's a good way to focus on, presenting it in a way that these businesses will understand. Listen, this is going to help you. This is going to set you apart. You're going to get left behind. Bitfinex is already doing it. Square Crypto is like developing the Lightning SDK, the LDK. So get on board. And so do you think this is going to work? Do you think like the Lightning Loop thing that you guys are working on and like the LDK that Square Crypto is working on, do you think that's going to be the impetus that helps bring us to the top down thing where the exchanges start doing it and we're not relying on the activist users to do it?
I would say at this stage, it's more like an investment in the future. So it's kind of like, when I first started using Bitcoin, the exchange was Mt. Gox. And other exchanges like kind of saw how crazy Mt. Gox was. Well, they're not following proper protocols of using cold wallet, and their trading engine is crazy and everything is crazy. And why didn't Mt. Gox change what they were doing? Everybody was telling them like, look, in the future, this is going to come and bite you in the butt. Your trading engine is going to blow up. Your funds are going to get stolen. Everybody knows that that's going to happen. But Mt. Gox was just making so much money and worrying about putting out like fires at the moment that it didn't matter for them in the short term. In the long term, it did all blow up and their competitors did all outlast them. So I would say that that's kind of like where we're at right now with using the chain more efficiently, upgrading the technology around sending Bitcoin to, modern technology is if you build it now, then once things really do start to need those technologies, once that like starts to bear fruit, then you'll be in a good position and your competitors will not be.
So right now, it's like there's not many people using Lightning Network in terms of other blockchains and Bitcoin. It's not like an obvious need for an exchange right now to say, oh, I have to integrate Lightning Network because everybody's asking me for Lightning Network and everybody's using it. But this is more like get ahead of the curve type of thing. Like,
well, plus the concept of a network, it depends on the size of the network in terms of its utility. Like if you have a network of two people, that's not a network really. That's, just a protocol between two people. But once you have lots of people starting to join the network, once you can send to arbitrary points, and the more points that you can send to, then the higher and higher utility you get out of this network. And it doesn't happen immediately. It doesn't happen like at the start. You don't have a lot of utility. Like if only 10 people had telephones, why would you get a telephone? You can't really call anybody. But once the telephones become more ubiquitous, once you can give anybody a call, then it's really time that you must have a telephone. Otherwise, you can't even talk to people.
Yeah, that makes sense, and that makes me a little bit more understanding of why Jack would build Strike to not use Bitcoin, because it's just another thing that's just a benefit for Bitcoin because more people are going to be using Bitcoin. It's a better UX. People are already thinking in dollars. Let's just slowly hook them on Bitcoin. I'll slowly get them to use Bitcoin.
Yeah, and Lightning is not a new token, right? It's not a new coin at all. What it is, it's a bridging technology. It's a way for other people to connect with each other more efficiently. And it's even a way like to connect with people who are not using Bitcoin more efficiently, because every trade is a trade from Bitcoin to something else. So if you want to make Bitcoin more efficient, you have to make other things more efficient. You have to make fiat more efficient. You have to make the other coins more efficient because they're integral in every trade. Every Bitcoin and fiat buy is also a fiat transaction as well as a Bitcoin transaction.
During the 2017 altcoin bubble, I mean, you look at the way Ethereum decides to do these scaling solutions. What they do is they raise money with a new token, like a plasma coin or a Casper Lab coin or whatever. So they have these scaling solutions that they want to use for their blockchain, but then they'll do a raise and have another coin. So now they've got all these like coins that are meant to be, it's just bananas. It's just greed and speculation like rampant.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't work, because like for a network to really work, you need people to adopt it. It needs to be a big tent for everybody to join in. And the bigger the tent is, the more utility you get out of the network. So as soon as you like say, oh, there's this cover charge, you have to buy some of our tokens. The reason they made these tokens is just to fund themselves. So if Lightning had this like token by itself, I think it would just be self-sabotaging and it might not even work.
Oh yeah, it's a huge barrier. Bad UX. Wait, I want to use Bitcoin, but I need to buy Lightning coin?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. So it's great to see that Bitcoin has taken that route, and the Bitcoin companies building on Bitcoin have taken that route to use Bitcoin as the coin, and not like, this is almost like the way to think that I've been starting to think about it lately is like Lightning is not a separate layer. Lightning is Bitcoin. It is Bitcoin. It's just advancement in Bitcoin technology to allow scaling to happen with Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's just a more advanced wallet. There's no new token, there's no new chain, there's no new consensus. It's just a way to work with other people to achieve your objectives of sending money around.
So there is a different risk profile for the Bitcoins that are on Lightning than the Bitcoins that are on chain or in a wallet on chain. And that's true. And I mean, it's worth telling people about that, I feel. So Bitcoin has had 10 years of usage, and it's safer to use Bitcoin than it is to use Lightning at the moment. I feel that's kind of true.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like the blockchain, like we've had 10 years to figure out like how to use this properly. And that's one reason that I worked on submarine swaps originally. Is I thought, well, we can't just abandon all of this great stuff that we have with the blockchain that you can send to anybody. You don't have to worry about channels. You don't have to like have counterparty risk like with your peer. So why can't we have the best of both worlds? And that's what I think people are using Lightning Loop for right now. And the same thing also, Lightning Loop kind of gives you the ability to do batching, even if you're just a single person. So if you're a single person, you don't have the volume of Coinbase. You're not doing 100 withdrawals. But what you can do is you can pay us in Lightning, pay the Lightning Labs in Lightning, and then we will attach you to one of our batches. And that way you'll get the efficiency of batching, but you will still be able to be your own individual and not have to go and make a lot of spends.